Good morning. This is for my MAT081 class, arithmetic. I'd like you, sorry I wasn't able to be in class last week. Hopefully you got some good things out of the review for lesson 6. So my goal for you at this point is that you've at least taken a look at lessons or units 4, 5, and 6. We're dealing with fractions and decimals. And tomorrow we're going to be taking a look at the review for lessons 4, 5, and 6. So I've had that in Math AS for over a week. I had it last week as well. So I'm going to review with you what you should be doing to prepare yourself for tomorrow and then the following week when we actually have the next unit test over units 4, 5, and 6. So let's take a look at Math AS here. So we've already covered 1 through 3. We've had our review, we've had our test on it. And now what we're going to be looking at doing is putting units 4, 5, and 6 together. There is the online review here, review units 4 through 6, online questions, and there is this review for the exam 2, the paper version. So I click here. What you'll need to do is print off the review paper version. It's a number of pages. It's something like 45 questions. And yes, you're expected to work through all of these. Hopefully you've already been doing some of these, but these are the types of questions we need to know. It would be very helpful if you have questions on any of these for you to come prepared to class and ask them. I'd be happy to work through a few of these. We won't have time to work through all of them, but the good news is you've already got access to all of these being worked. And the place you get that from, there's a couple places. First, you have an answer key. When you load that up or click on that, you'll see it will give you the answers. So as you work through them, you can check how you're doing. So answers here for all 45 questions, just answers. Click on this tab. There's also solutions, which are answers with a little bit more showing you how it was worked out. So solutions, paper version, you can kind of take a look through them. Probably best to just look through them because it's with the color, it's probably easier to see on the screen unless you have a color printer, and then you're certainly more than welcome to print them off. But I think it'll probably be best as a screen review. And then finally, when you have internet access, we have this playlist of solutions to all of the questions here. So first video goes through 1 through 5, and you can see they're grouped, questions 19 through 23. So say that you had a question on number 20. You click on this one. I'm just going to pause that there. I think I've got my sound off anyway. And you could fast forward it until you got to about question 20. We're still in 19 here. Let's see. There we go. We're into question 20 now. And again, you could click it. You'll hear the question being talked through, and you'll be able to see how this question was solved. My goal would be that you would actually go ahead and watch the videos for all of them so you'll understand how it's done, but you also practice on your own. Okay, 45 questions, but this is really what I want you to focus on. Because remember, if you do good on this part, you'll do well on the test, and if you do well on the test, you've passed the unit. You'll get all the points for the whole unit, regardless of the other aspects that you've done. Now, for those of you who had difficulties with the last exam, yes, it is it's beneficial to go through Unit 4, 5, and 6, and hopefully you've worked through those you work through the online homeworks for each of these. But at a minimum, I really need you to pull up this review, the paper review, and to go through the videos for each of these, hopefully by tomorrow, so we can see if there's questions. What I will have for you in class tomorrow is a 15-question multiple choice practice test. Again, letting you know what the test will be like, getting a way to prepare for it. You will have time to work through it and even see how you do if you're prepared for it. And then also I will come up with a video a little bit later that will have solutions for those 15 problems. Put those two together, you will be well prepared for the test next week. But again, remember last test, the problems were very, very similar. So you really have to understand each of the questions. If you come into the test not understanding one of the 15 questions, it is likely you will not understand it on the test either. But if you do understand all 15 questions, you're very highly likely to understand all of the 15 on the test because, again, they are very similar. So keep up the good work. Today, if you can, pull up those reviews if you haven't already done so. Get working on them. At least get looking at them. Start watching the videos, if nothing else, so that when you come to class, you're prepared and ready to engage and work through some of these problems. And you know where you're struggling, so I could work a few examples and keep you moving forward. All right. Have a great day. We'll talk to you later.